What is up, beautiful people? I am here sitting in my little workroom. I do a lot of my readings and healings and sessions in here. It's my cloud sofa. It's a cloud. So I just wanted to talk today about sex. Whether having it, having too much of it, not enjoying it, confused about it, I get it. I've gone through many iterations of what my sex life was meant to look like and how I was supposed to engage with it. And there are a couple tips that I want to talk about in regards to really seeing what it is that you want from your sexual relationships and sexual health. And the reason I'm so concerned about sexuality right now is because our life force energy, the energy that is, that keeps us thriving and going, is in the same place as our sexual energy. It's at our sacral chakra. And so when there's a disruption or a misalignment in our sex life or our sex attitudes or our beliefs around sex, then this can block a lot of that, natural life energy from pouring out of us in general. This can block creativity, passion, drive, energy, ambition. So I knew my whole life through different traumas and situations that I was like, what is sex? Especially being a gay person, it's like, what is right for me? And there are 3 techniques that I've done in the past that have helped me really tap into, my sexual energy more in a way that didn't produce shame or actual discomfort. So the first one is intimacy work. This applies to gay men, specifically just because I know our experiences. I know what it's like to, be attracted to someone, but also like, not sure if you want to be them or be with them, or just like, is there like a macho thing going on, or are they just a gentle soul? So it's like a weird dance that we play. So the intimacy work drops all those walls right away. And there's techniques that you can do when you're interacting with other gay men in order to drop those walls quickly without losing the sexual energy or the sexual spark. So that's the first one. We're doing intimacy work with other gay men. It doesn't mean you have to be like, hi, can I have a volunteer? I'm gonna practice your intimacy work. It's literally just going out in your daily affairs, whether it's a date or flirting online, and practicing certain techniques that create intimacy without creating a friend zone situation, if you know what I'm saying. Because sometimes when we get to know people too quickly, we just let it all out and then it's like, boom, friend zone. So the second technique that I've used, and this is for people who might have just hang-ups around sex or reservations around sex or not know what they want or what they like. I call it the Rumspringa, the sexual Rumspringa, or the sexual walkabout. There's a specific way to do it, but essentially what it is allowing yourself for a set period of time to just go with what might fascinate you or inspire you or might come up for you. And the reason there's parameters for that is to reduce the shame that could be created through those experiences. So there's also like techniques and tips in order to do your sexual Rumspringa or walkabout, or on the flip side, your abstinence, which is something that a lot of people can do to enhance their own sexual energy. I've done it myself. Oh Lord, 18 months. Whew. I had to make sure everything was working after that 18 months. But so the sexual Rumspringa, I've created a couple bullet points to allow you to have that experience as fully as possible without creating more harm or any harm or shame or guilt around what you're doing. And then the third technique that allows me to, and has allowed my clients to really be empowered through their sacred sexuality and to use that energy productively. I'm not saying, yeah, let's start sacred sexuality for gay men and like let's all go to the bathhouse and, you know, do poppers. No. What we're doing is we are learning to harness that sexual energy in a loving way that creates intimacy and vulnerability in a way that's not manipulative and is also life-giving, so that when you leave a sexual experience, you aren't feeling like you're dropped on your ass. It doesn't throw you off for a couple days. Or if you are flirting with someone and you feel like they're not into it, you don't feel rejected. This is all about your sexual energy and how you are using it and realizing that there's an ongoing flow of it. So this final tip is, or technique is called power persona. So it's really just putting on a power persona to you. And the reason is, it's not because we need to be fake or we need to be something other than we aren't in sexual or intimate relationships. It's that we forgot that there's so much more to us than we are accessing on everyday relational, friendship, romantic levels. So in fact, most of us walk around our lives with this much persona that's part of us, but we only give the world this much. So what we do with the persona, with your power persona, is you set this part aside, the part that probably has been creating patterns that aren't right for you, set it aside and grab another piece of your full persona that gives you empowerment and license to try something different. And when you use that power persona, you don't bring the stories of your past with you, and you don't collect a lot of the baggage that you normally would had you been using the everyday persona, the everyday personality that we use to get through the day as best we know how. So this might sound a little vague, but these are really deep tools that you can use. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I am today launching the Sacred Sexuality for Gay Men series, which is a beautiful, beautiful, powerful program that'll help you establish like-minded community, a tribe of other gay men who are on their path, who are wanting to expand spiritually and sexually, and to really step into their own personal power while lifting each other up. We're gonna do daily techniques, and I'm gonna give you daily secrets and tips that are gonna take you from not really sure where you're going with your own energy, what your energy is doing and how it's, you know, being used by the world as opposed to being used by you, and being able to control that in a way that is so much more life-giving to you and to your relationships with whomever it is you are interacting with. So it's gonna start off with a 7-day series. And every day I'm going to send information to you, directly to you, and it's gonna be video techniques, tips, reminders, and there's gonna be little baby challenges. But I promise the challenges are gonna be awesome, and you're gonna feel like your life is so fucking full by the end of the 7 days. Not full as in busy, but like full as in like bursting with love and compassion and joy, that you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I feel renewed. And not only is it going to help your sexual and intimate relationships, not only might it help you heal anything around gay men or sexuality with other gay men or bi men or queer trans men, but it would also help you establish like a sacred brotherhood, a community of people who you're like, okay, this rewrites my narrative about what it means to be in gay community, which I think is so vital right now. And I'm gonna be with you every step of the way. We're gonna do Zoom calls, we're gonna do Zoom exercises, we're gonna do Q&As. I'm gonna give you some really deep, crazy details about how I used a lot of these techniques on the show Finding Prince Charming, in which I was left at the altar. Actually, I was asked to leave the altar at the season finale. So I'll tell you how I got through that whole situation using a lot of these techniques, and how I got into my current relationship and how we build it consistently, and how I work with other gay men, and why just like when I think about like gay men in general, like my heart like swells, because I'm like, these are my people, and I'm like, this is, you know, I know what it's like to feel off, and to feel like you're stifled, and to feel like something isn't working. And I want to help you energetically and spiritually, emotionally, sexually transform these experiences. So the link is in my bio if you want to like save your spot right now. It's gonna start in a couple weeks, and I'm gonna get you ready before then, and we're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna meet so many great guys, build relationships, and it's gonna create more connection and community for you to then participate in some other surprising things that I have in store for the rest of the year and next. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Otherwise, feel free to visit the links in the bio, and I'm happy to see